What are you holding, little dude? Look at what you're holding! Okay, little dude, what are we talking about today? Good idea! Oh, brilliant idea. So today I'm going to show you techniques for lifting scorpions. I kind of cover 4 techniques. The pot lift, the tail grab. Don't like tail grab. No, we don't like tail grab. The decoration lift or the inanimate object lift, and the scoop lift. Very quickly, because I don't want the video lasting too long, is please do not handle your animals unless you really need to. Know the warning signs. The most important with any animal is understand the warning signs. I've never been bitten or stung because I know the threat postures, warning signs, telltale signs, etc. So if that's the disclaimer for this video, is please be aware if the animal's telling you to bog off, then make sure you just leave it be, like Batman tells me, and you'll see that coming up now. So be very careful and do not do it unless you really have to. Okay, this is my second time filming this because the first time went on for far too long, so I'm going to be very quick. Okay, the 3 techniques as aforementioned would be the grab technique on the tail, but this is Batman and he is he's spinning around getting ready to strike out before I even get a chance to go near him. The second technique that he's not even going to let me demonstrate would be, as aforementioned, getting him onto some form of inanimate object and letting him walk onto your hand. The third technique would be the substrate grab, but because Batman is, as you can see, he's really not in a good mood, so we'll move on to somebody a bit more amenable to this. Okay, so we're going to use the Laos Forest Scorpion. I'm going to have to be very quick because the last video was hitting about 17 minutes in length. So first technique, as aforementioned, tail grab. Goes like that. Not a fan of it. Always make sure you keep your scorpion close to the ground no matter what you do. Second technique would be along the lines of what I'm trying to do now, would be get them up onto a piece of the decorations like such, and then let them walk onto your hand. Sorry about zooming through this, but as I say, the last video was hitting 20 minutes long and I don't think anyone would want to listen to me rambling on for that long. Third technique, probably the best technique for handling any scorpion. Look, she knows I'm coming. So we're coming from this side. Come on. She's usually not too bad. As I say, she has pinched me once before. If we can move some of this. As you'll see, I'm up nice and high off the ground because the wee man's down there, and I'm certainly not going to risk anything whilst working with him. I'm going to change to my other hand. So the next, normally I would remove all the decorations as well. Final technique, as you can see, ow! Is me getting pinched on the hand by a scorpion. Okay, these things happen. At least it was just a pinch and not a sting. Let's get her. This is because I've been teasing her and winding her up, and this is the second time I've filmed this. But that just goes to show you what you're up against. Okay, so as I was saying, safest way is a substrate grab. Hopefully she won't go for me this time. Normally I would have all the decorations out the way very quickly. So here we go. This is the best way of doing it. Scoop them up on substrate. They don't sense the difference in textures underfoot. I'm going to pop her back down because she is quite peed off. But those are the best techniques. Tail grab, not a best technique, might I add. Item lift, decoration lift, or under the substrate scoop. But as I say, she's quite wound up because I've already done quite a prolonged video with her. And just quickly, if you could just make it out, that's where she gave me a pinch on the hand. So I'm going to set her home back up because, to be fair, she has been disturbed for the second time now. Do you want to tell everyone what you've done? Do you want to tell everyone what you've done? Have you done a stinky? Have you done a... You've done a... Oh, yeah, you've done a... Yeah, right. Yeah, what it... Ball, right. Right, so now that that crisis has been averted, we're going to move on to some of the smaller scorpions. The rules are pretty much the same. Scoop technique is fantastic. Again, if we just try and scoop under, we'll kind of get using a bit of the lift. There we go. So here we have. Again, keep them close to the floor. You don't need to lift them away up high, because if they fall, you're going to injure your scorpion, and we don't want to injure any of our animals, scorpions, spiders, whatever they may be. So, oops. So, okay, and there's a prime example why I kept that nice and low. Now, I couldn't have predicted that this bit of decoration was going to tumble out of my hand there, and as a result of that, a scorpion then tumbled down. This is a young Swamadame, but again, you'll see throwing out a few threat postures, claws nice and wide, tails up ready to strike. It's basically saying, yo, keep your distance, dude. So yeah, the other really important thing about handling any exotic animal is know your signs, know your warning signs. Spiders, scorpions, whatever you're dealing with, you've got to understand when this animal is telling you that it does not want to be messed around. This is why I've never been stung or bitten by any of my animals, because I respect when they're telling me no. And if they're telling me no, I do not pick them up. Simple as that. Do not mess around with an animal that is trying to tell you. You wouldn't go and shove your hand in front of a dog that's growling and baring its teeth. So if a spider's starting to flick hairs, that's your first warning. If a spider's turning around and rearing up their fangs at you, that's you getting told, I ain't in the mood for this. Didn't bother. Scorpions are the same. So that's... It's not easy when you're working with a small scorpion, a large chunk of wood. So there we go. Again, this is only a tiny wee one. What can I say? You know, as I say, I use the same techniques for them all, and let them move about as they see fit. I'm not force it unless it's time to get off. So I'm a wee old explorer behind, and gonna have a wee climb. We slide. Use some of its own decorations just to try and steer it back down where I want to go. Again, I'm keeping my hands inside its enclosure. I'm not taking my hand out of the enclosure. It's there. I'm going to use the phone ever so slightly, so you're not going to see what I'm doing. All I'm doing is using the corner of my phone just to, there we go, and oh, off it goes back into its own house. Done. Probably a little bit peed off. I've just disturbed it from, it's usually down in this corner here. There we go. So that's handling an adult, and it's probably slightly smaller than a juvenile, but an adult and a small scorpion, scorpion handling. So finally, I've done this totally backwards. We're going from largest down to the smallest. So now we're down to dwarf and pygmy species. So this is the male Euscorpius italicus, father of the babies, and again you'll see, well, he quite often is sat on his bark piece anyway, so all we're going to do is encourage him to, I might actually need some kind of wee tool. So what I've done is encouraged him out onto my hand. I used the wee paintbrush, you'll see me use in other videos, and there he is, right on my pinky. Again, my finger's on his substrate, so when he's ready to, if he wants to, he's free to go. I'm not stopping him in any way. I used to have a small Atacama scorpion. It was brilliant for handling. It was one I used when I was doing the education shows. It was never a bother to work with. It was quite a popular wee one, and that again was really good for showing people the variation, because everyone thinks scorpions are huge. They don't. Not everybody realizes that there's these pygmies and dwarfs available that make equally good little pets. I'm just going to move him off. There he is, unharmed, back into his house. I'll put his hide back in for him. Remember, I know these setups look very basic, but because they are so small, you don't want loads of decorations and stuff, because the prey items they're going to be feeding on are pretty small. If you have loads of decorations, they're going to struggle to find their food, so you really do... Baron! This footsie thing makes noises. I digress. You really do want quite basic setups for the likes of the Euscorpius. Okay, very quickly would be the tub lift, and that would be a simple case of, obviously you could use this for any size of scorpion, would be to, whoopsie-daisies, get your scorpion into a tub. This is great for sexing, for being able to look at the pectines underneath, which is the comb-like structures. Again, you could tip them into your hand from there. It's one technique I really didn't cover. For me, that's more a technique used for being able to look at the pectines underneath. But I just want to quickly add that in, just in case any of you are wondering what the tub scoop was all about. So, scoop, literally, as it says on the tin. Right, well, me and the wee man are going to say thank you ever so much for watching. Please do obviously be very careful when working with any animal. Know your animal. Hopefully we've established that throughout the course of this video, is understanding the dangers and the telltale signs is vitally important. So anyway, I just want to say bye. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe, and please do follow the safety rules if for any reason you ever need to handle any of your animals. Any questions, any queries, please do put them in the comments below, or in the discussions bit that I've put on the main page of the channel. I'm working on getting something new. I'm contemplating ordering like a mystery box, so even I don't know what's going to be in it. I think that could be quite exciting. So that should hopefully be coming up at some point. Other than that, nothing to tell, no news. Hope you've enjoyed that handling video. It's something I've not really done before. Take care of yourselves, be good, and bye bye for now.